All right, guys, welcome back to the Deep Dig of Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew, with my other host right here next to me.
What's up? It's D. Nice to see you again. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. It really does help us out.
Speaking of another guy who's going to have options this offseason, DeMeco Ryans getting interview requests from the Broncos. Broncos are basically throwing everything in the kitchen sink at head coaches right now. Who are you expecting to fill that position? And what do you make of the Broncos interview process right now?
I mean, I kind of like it. It is one of those things where if they do have a guy that they really like, they can throw so much money at. Like, this owner is playing in a different league. I think maybe him and not David. They're in a different league. So it's David Tepper and then Walton. So I think it's one of those. If they really want Sean Payton, do you think that they would pay like $200 million for him? I think so. But would Sean Payton even want to go? I think that he would much prefer. I'm hearing rumblings that he likes Kyler Murray, that he likes Justin Herbert. If I'm the Chargers, if Brandon Staley doesn't win a playoff game, we're going to go ahead and cut it. We're going to go get Sean Payton. As far as who's going to fill the role with the Broncos, I know you brought this up, but Jim Harbaugh isn't sounding too bad to me. Like, Jim Harbaugh, the more I've thought about it the last few days, I think that's a pretty good one. I would even go as far as let's just get, you know how the Browns, when they kicked out Baker Mayfield, it's like we need an adult in the building. Let's go and get another retread. Let's get someone who's been a head coach before. I would look at Raheem Morris. Again, I get a guy who knows what it takes to be in the league, who's just an adult in the room. Let's get someone who can just weather this storm.
Yeah, and what's weird to me is they have Russell Wilson, they have these pieces in offense, and it seems like they're just interviewing defensive coaches. Like, they're really going to lean into their defense and say, hey, we're going to win games by scoring 10 points and giving up 3. If that's any omission on the Russell Wilson trade, I think that's speaking volumes, because they're not thinking, hey, we have a superstar quarterback, let's maximize that talent. They're more thinking, let's see if we can put up any points and shut out the other team. And, good on them for recognizing their mistake and trying to work with what they got. So they're talking to DeMeco Ryans. Jim Caldwell interviewed for them. Dan Quinn, if you want us to talk about another adult in the room, I think that's a great choice.
Oh, yeah.
But Jim Harbaugh, man, I think they said that they were interested, but they hadn't requested an interview yet. Interesting spot for him, because I think he can rally around a veteran quarterback like Russell Wilson and get these guys to believe and really focus on that defense. You got Patrick Surtain and Justin Simmons back there. You really just need to fill out your linebacking core and get another defensive tackle in there, get some D linemen. They're looking pretty good on defense. So defensive coach, I think, is the way to go.
It's just so tough because you're going to be hamstrung by Russell Wilson's contract. You know what I mean? And you don't have any picks. So what are you really going to do? How can you start to build around it when you don't have any building blocks? So that'd be the one thing. If I was going to step in to be a coach, I would have to know that I have guaranteed, I would do a long contract. I would do a 6 or 7 year deal, just so I know I'm going to outlive Russell, and I could look at him and be like, I'm going to be here longer than you. So we already know if it's me or you, it's going to be me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, interesting. We'll cover more of that as it goes on, and maybe DeMeco gets the job. We'll have a lot of videos on that.